Hey, Granny, you're situated. Come. Oh, okay. To bite my tail. To help. She's too happy. Ah! Oh, oh. No, look. Oh.
Alright everybody, sorry about the mess, but right now everything's kind of up in the air. I have my paint bottle here for my airbrush. I have my clean bottle here for my airbrush. Airbrush is already hooked up and ready to go. Now, if we pay attention, see how that just barely moves my skin? I know there's enough air pressure then to move some paint. I've got my apple barrel granite gray and common everyday dish soap, as well as plain tap water. I know it's in an old baby bottle, but let me get something to paint. I'll be right back. There's the sidewalk. Alright, now I have a backer board here. I don't have a paint booth yet, but the particulates in this air will be nothing but non-toxic. Hold on. Will be non-toxic acrylic paint, so I'm not too worried about that. I do have a big old roll of masking tape here, left over from my HO scale days. Two-inch wide masking tape. Don't need much of it. Alright. I'm going to roll this over. I'm going to stick it to my backer board. Alright. I'm going to take my sidewalk piece and I'm going to stick it to my masking tape so it doesn't wander off. That's pretty low tech. First thing I'm going to do is take my clean bottle. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to put some just a little bit of soap in the bottom of it. I'm going to fill it the rest of the way up with the plain tap water. And there we go. It's a good idea to have this on hand whenever you're airbrushing. You want to have a bottle that you know will clean out the airbrush when you're done. Alright. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to start off by just adding a few drops of paint. Okay. We're going to add a small drop of dish soap, and that will help this paint thin out. Then we're going to add the water. And there we go. That's about 4-to-1 mixture. Alright. Now, I'll shake it up. And I know a lot of you are probably screaming, you should mix that, you should mix that. Well, This paint's going to be pretty thin. And it's going to be just about as thin as Tester's paint. Alright. And we're going to let that settle for a minute. I'm going to take my airbrush and connect it on up. And the first thing I want to do is I want to hit the backer board. Alright. Now you're going to want to untwist your needle and just keep hitting the backer board. And just keep going until you see paint flowing. I don't think I put enough paint in there. Crap. Okay, well, I'm going to add some more paint to this and a little bit more water. My pickup tube is not picking up any of this, but I mixed too little of a batch. So I add a little bit more paint and a little bit more water. It doesn't have to be an exact science. When you screw it back on, make sure you hold your air nozzle in that if you're going to shake it, or else you will wind up with paint all over the room. Alright. And that way you only get paint on your finger. Alright. Let's try this again. My needle's wide open. And yeah, you will notice this is a little bit speckled. Then again, I look back at my needle, and I notice my needle is a little clogged. Huh. There we go. You might notice the paint's going on a little bit too wet. That's fine. Just give it a couple minutes to dry. And if it's going on really wet, back off. Alright? But what you want is an even coat of paint in all directions. There it goes. And just let it set and dry. And when it's ready for the next coat, you come back and hit it again. But that's how you airbrush with the apple barrel paints. You got to thin it way down so it doesn't get as dark as you'd like it to right away. But as you can tell, it actually will go through your airbrush. And if you find your airbrush clog up, close the valve off, reopen it back up where you had it. And it almost always fixes the problem. Let you go past where you had it. There we go. Oh well, you pretty much get it. This is not helping that it's got air bubbles in it still. I usually shake mine up and let them sit for about an hour. But as this video can't be more than 20 minutes long, or else I can't upload it, I kind of rush my videos. But I'll get some of that excess water and paint off of there. I'll let that dry up. And also, styrene doesn't like to take to the apple barrel paints right off the bat. So it's going to take me about 4 layers of paint. Oops, my paint jar come off. It's going to take me about 4 to 5 layers of paint to actually get a decent paint job. I don't know, maybe my regulator. Oh, I didn't fully charge this air tank, and I guess it had less in it than what I thought it did. So I'm down to 20 pounds of air in my air compressor. So I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to let this dry up. I'm going to recharge my air compressor, and I'll be back in a little bit to show you hopefully something better than what I've had this time. Have a good one. Well, let's try this one more time. Alright, that second coat is now done. We gotta let that dry, and I'll be doing multiple more coats. Alright, I'm not exactly done this. We'll just evenly apply the coat. And you never want to stop an airbrush in the middle like that. Never do. Alright, always an even coat all the way across. Never stop a airbrush halfway through the work, or you wind up with a slight odd bit of coat. The only reason why I did that was for show. This is going to be weathered later. You're never going to notice that I did that. But you want to let that dry. And when that's dry, you can go back for the next coat. I'm going to show you how to clean the airbrush now, though, just because I don't really have too much time for everything else. But all you do is take your paint bottle completely off. Alright. You can save the paint mixture if you want to for later, which is what I'm going to do. Or you can rinse out that in a sink or whatever. As soon as I can get my clean bottle back open. So one thing I do like about this Pache Model H is that this cap fits both bottles. Alright. Now I'll go ahead and put my bottle on there. And you can see how the paint's already transferring off of the dip tube. Connect your airbrush into an airline. or propellant can or whatever. Just keep spraying. You'll see nothing but water coming out, and that's good. That's what you want to see, is the water and the soap. Alright. We can go fine. We can go all the way up and max it out. Alright. And keep working that needle back and forth to get the last bits of the paint out. Alright. Now that that's done, we can disconnect the bottle completely. The pickup assembly, I don't know how well you can see that, but the tube's pretty well cleaned out. You can back blow through there to make sure all that's out. Alright. Then it's your basic airbrush maintenance all over again. Pop off your airline, pull your little clip, push that back down a little bit, feed your needle cover out, push it back down until it releases. Pull it the whole way out, unless there's still a little bit of paint, and I'm just going to use my shirt for now, but a little bit of paint still in there. Blow them out a little bit. Alright. And go soak these in some warm soapy water overnight. And that'll eat off all the extra acrylic paint. Like I said before, you don't need to worry about cleaning inside the tip, because that paint that's in there won't affect nothing. The important part is the needle and the valve. Alright, I'm going to reassemble this because I'm going to keep doing a little bit of painting, so that way I can do next week's video. And be ready for sometime this week. I'll be doing a mail call. You Patreon subscribers, go ahead and see what I'm getting. Alright. And let me grab my notebook, and I'll be right back. I didn't forget. Now you notice this will start at 40 and go down. The lucky winner of this month's giveaway of $1.90 off of my Patreon account is number 49, Ron Bartez. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but Ron, you have till next Sunday's video to get a hold of me, either through Facebook at Facebook.com/N4F450, or you can use my email. That's NFORDF450@yahoo.com. You could also message me through here at YouTube. YouTube would be the best bet, but then you won't have to verify who you are. But Ron, get a hold of me. Your name's right there. Okay, I don't know if I spelled it completely right because I'm trying to read everybody's YouTube handle. But yeah, get a hold of me. You've won $1.90 from my Patreon. Anybody else would like to get entered or get a second number for the drawing, please feel free to donate to my Patreon, or you can donate items to me directly just by getting a hold of me. I will more than gladly put a second number behind your name. Well, that's going to be my final thoughts for this month. Congratulations, Ron. As soon as you get a hold of me, I will be gladly going down and getting a money order and sending you the money. Have a good one, everybody.